So Tyler Johnson does get the start, and this will be feisty. We do remember what happened last time in this arena to Jim McCall was instigating a lot. And there you go, they're going to be outsized because Sam Wardenberg did not even...
I like the mindset from the Bulls to go to the big fella early.
Misses Bunny. That slipped straight out of the hands. Aaron Baines, and no doubt you want to put him on the block as here goes Nathan Sobey on the break.
Open scoring.
New Zealand did get the job done, and if they happen to fall out of that second spot and find themselves in the playing tournament, I think they're going to come back and look at those missed opportunities. And again, ball qual.
So they're on a 7-game winning streak against Brisbane and haven't won since May 2021. In that season, they swept Cairns. So could be facing 3 straight years of a Queensland sweepers. Baines with a hook shot.
Well, there's just that size. Too big, too strong. Wardenberg's got to do a better job of boxing Baines out and getting him outside that key as Bull Qual steps in again.
Pete Rawley. I'm telling you, he loves playing the Bullets.
Bull Qual, he has 6, in fact, all 7 now of the Cairns Taipans points. Played almost 3 minutes. Sobey helps himself to 2 more for Brisbane. Hogue picks up the dribble. McCall goes to work, draws a foul, and gets it done as well. Chance at a 3-point play.
Jim McCall, you don't catch it, and you see there, DJ Mitchell, the closeout, he was on the baseline side. DJ Mitchell might just have a little bit of a memory of what happened.
Started brightly against Brisbane. Sobey, energised, rejected. TJ Hogue climbs upstairs for the block. He's top 3 in the competition in that category.
He sits back, he reads the play. He's got such long arms that he can block any shot almost. And so I always used to like playing against former teams.
A few of those for you.
I did have a few.
7-2 run here from the Taipans, has them out by 6, but the drought breaks now for Brisbane.
Their superstar back at his best. We know he was still coming to grips with getting his conditioning right. But they couldn't ultimately do it. Now they've got to go back to what they were doing without him and trying to play fast and play free.
They've combined for all the 7 for Sobey, so they have all 11 points for Brisbane. Here's Bull Qual, who leads the game with 9 at the Cairns Taipans 12. Now Hogue opens his account.
Had their struggles throughout the majority of NBL 23.
First foul called on the Taipans is Johnson, and he comes up with the goods to open his scoring account. Chance now for the Taipans. Penetration from Wardenberg, got in the air with nowhere to go. Coughed it up. Johnson, Stappen in support. Sobey joining in. Gack there as well. Stappen from close range comes up with a 2. His first score in the game to tie it away. To the elbow, wants help. Provided now by Ben Eyre. Guarded by Stappen. Shot clock to single digits. Hogue in a mismatch against Sobey. Muscles his way down close, and they can't prevent him from coming up with 2 more. 4 boards now for Wardenberg. Brisbane has 5 as a team. To put that in context, here he is at the offensive end. Shut down. Well done, Harris. His Bark baseline. His pass deflected as well. Active hands there from Jonah Antonio, who's checked into the game. Hogue and Qual, the only starters on the floor for Cairns at the moment. Sobey, the only starter there for Brisbane, and that's why.
That's some old school case. You would have seen a few of them back in the day.
Fantastic to watch. In Adelaide, Brisbane back on top here by 2 after at one stage Cairns were out by 6, but our man Bull Qual goes again. And Mitchell came up with the loose ball. Hands over to Tyler Johnson. He gets a good look and makes them pay again.
Well, again, Pete, you mentioned before, you cannot go under that screen.
Shares it around the perimeter. They get it to Baines.
Double here, and there is the Jim McCall.
Outside, the danger man gets it and fills it up again. 14 now for Sobey to lead all scorers, and Brisbane.
Be too upset if you are Cairns, because you probably think if you're Adam Ford, this isn't the style of play that Brisbane usually play with this speed, and you know that you back your ability to play that fast all game as to Jim McCall. Ultimately opens up a lot on the floor.
22% from deep this season, just 11 threes for Jim McCall. This man's been much better, and Mitchell comes up with his first score in the game.
After that, it was actually not too bad.
Here's McCall exploring. Baines talk him out of it. The tip-in went in nonetheless from DJ Hogue.
DJ Hogue again.
Let's go courtside to Jenna O'Hay.
Yeah, I was in the Cairns Taipans quarter-time chat. Fordy really wants the boys to keep attacking. He likes when they get their feet in the paint.
To keep Brisbane a long way from the rack. Shot clock to red numbers. Statman looks off the D, got an opening, can't connect. Gack the offensive rebound. Sobey wide open.
Well,
That's a settler. It's a big shot from Sobey.
Also delivering 6 boards as well, 3 assists, just outside the top 10 in steals, 3rd in block shots. He's been able to do it all. Shot clock about to expire on Sobey. He's deep with the 3. Statman did well to grab the offensive rebound and the putback. Is Jason Cadee not a true point guard?
He is, but you know, you bring someone like Tyler Johnson, you'd probably assume he would start for the Bullets, but whether...
Another turnover for Brisbane there. That's 5 in this quarter. Taipans had 5 at quarter time and haven't added in that tally.
Oh boy,
how they've retaken the lead. Here's Bull Qual.
Little down screen from Tajima McCall. Andrew White hasn't got the memo. You've got to stay attached to that man right now.
Sobey also with 2 along with Andrew White. So 10 fouls now on Brisbane in the game, including 6 in this quarter. And how about the finish there from TJ Hogue?
TJ Hogue from the Kmart logo.
Well, I said Andrew White didn't get the memo against Bull Qual right now, but DJ Hogue loves a deep 3.
Desperate for a bucket. Brisbane, 1 point between them. Wardenberg from the stripe, and here goes Hogue once more. He can throw it down as well. Here's a 3, here's a dunk. Take them all. Now 3 of 6 from long range, but they've hit 6 threes in the game. 40% Cairns, and Brisbane are 5 at 42%, so they've been good from deep as well and continue to be good from deep. Mitchell now a perfect 2 of 2.
You're going to have to chat. If you are vertically inclined, then if you get on the break and you get a backdoor tap, there's Tajima McCall. I mean, something like that should count too.
Nice finish from McCall. Big source, Alan Williams, commentating here with us last week, told us he hasn't dunked all year. Not one.
Well, big source is letting down the team, isn't he?
He is.
I'm going to have a word to the big fella.
He's promised. They're going to come across and steal that ball.
Brisbane's edge in height really having an impact on this game. Rebound count at the moment is 21-11 in favour of Brisbane as Johnson adds to his tally.
He had 30-32, one of his best games, so 40 needs him to step up, and he'll have a lot of opportunity now with McCall out of the game. That's a breakdown by the Bullets.
Said that he wouldn't change the way he plays. That's just what he does so well. This is probably the one time you have to think that you have to reel it back a little bit. With Tajima McCall down, Gianna Pinder's not there. Tyler Johnson knocks that one down. You've got 3 fouls.
That's a smaller man. That's no whistle.
It's not, but that's slight movement. He didn't need to do it.
No, he would have had it. He was definitely there. You're right. He picked the spot, and there is Bull Qual on the offensive end. TJ Hogue looked like he got in 2 minds. Wanted to flush it, then tried to save himself with the layup.
Baines is firing the 3 and knocking it down as well. So a chance for Brisbane to retake the lead here. They led in the opening quarter by as many as 7. Had a 6-point buffer at one stage in the second. Down low, Baines again, good use of the body, and maybe a flop warning coming the way there of the Taipans. About if there was one player in the NBL who you'd ask to take your free throws for you. Certainly Nathan Sobey career-wise has got to be near the top of that list as Wardenberg from close range gets his first field goal. 80% and above from the free throw line. It's a single point the difference here. Middle stages of the third. Bull Qual exploring, hands over. McCall from close range adds to his tally now with 19.
Against the backboard, Tajima McCall was never going to leave the ground.
Sobey goes on with a dribble and with a left hand adds to his tally. A game high 21 now for Nathan Sobey. Brisbane back in front by a point. It's Bull Qual. It's past Johnson, confronted by Baines. Sobey joins in as well, and he still comes up with a finish. Johnson gets after the rebound and showed too much of it to Ben Eyre. Retrieved it from him. Here's Hogue, part of the rack. 2 more for the big man. He's got 21 to lead the Taipans.
On DJ Hogue, I think
in this quarter, both have had the lead in each of the 3 terms so far. Mitchell had to add to his halftime tally. Now he's getting a little anxious from beyond the foul and forced into a tough shot by DJ Hogue.
Better offense wins.
But again, they are letting the Taipans off the hook. You know, Jim McCall sit in the corner and not have to guard anybody. And he's playing the center's position on the defensive end. He's just really trying to march everybody around. And then
well, some heavy fatigue setting right now.
Oh.
They got it done. Statman adds to his tally. But a free burger on top of that, and still another quarter to come. Ben Eyre bounces into the paint, came up with 2 to open his scoring account. Johnson on the buzzer. But three-quarter time arrives here, and after Cairns led by 1 at halftime, to get their 17th win of the season and maintain their hold on second spot on the ladder after New Zealand beat Melbourne earlier tonight. Majuk Deng, he's overdue and joins the scoring party now.
You mentioned McCall being injured. He's got to step up.
He's just lost confidence. He was none of 5 from the field, just 2 points in the loss to the Phoenix on Australia Day, on Wednesday the 25th, in fact. And here's Harrison adding 2 more.
Potential steal there. Ben Eyre recovers.
Goes on with the dribble past Statman one way, back the other from the foul line, adds to his tally.
Warms up 2.5 hours before everybody else and doesn't go back in the locker room to chill. It just continues to warm up until about 20 minutes out of the game. Works up a big sweat and just makes sure he's locked in for every opportunity. And there's Tyler Johnson.
With a couple of fouls. Paul Quall has 3 personal fouls. Yeah. Goes back to McCall in the corner. Majuk Deng liked it the first time. He went back for seconds and came up with another. That's Johnson exploring. It's Majuk Deng. Couldn't find a way past. Now they'll lob it inside for Baines. He muscles his way in close. Adds another 2. So into double figures. 11 points, 3 boards now for Baines.
Pass into the post. A lot of them have been stolen. You just got to throw it up there. Aaron Baines isn't going to sky up and get it. He's going to use his strength to hold them off. And there's Shannon Scott, who's going to find himself on the scoreboard.
Maybe you get some fatigue out of Cairns, and that pressure might build come the last few minutes of the game if they can keep it close.
Well, with thanks to Hungry Jack's NBL, you could whopper your way to LA. Grab any large burger meal at Hungry Jack's.
Yeah, I was in the Bullets timeout then, and they really wanted to finish with box out, so Greg Vanderjack will be happy with that defensive play. He said it's all about the 1%ers. We're down 6, well now down 2 because of breakdowns they need to lock in. They wanted to go to their wide action. That's how they got Sobey that wide open layup 2 possessions ago.
Baines now up to 13 points in the game. On the elbow, Shannon Scott adds to his tally.
Baines, he just dodged his 5th foul there.
I think he did on that one.
Here's Hogue with options. Majuk Deng fires and knocks down his 3rd triple of the quarter. Not being kind to the Brisbane Bullets this year. Just 4 last quarter wins in 26 games. So odds stacked against them, but they've got Rasmus Bark, who hasn't hit a 3 all season, and he has now.
It was looking like he might have to pull out the shoes himself at this rate, with how many guys have been going down with some injuries.
Mitchell turnaround baseline against McCall, who can hardly defend him, adds another 2 to his tally. The back up on Monday against Adelaide, against a high-powered Adelaide team as well. He can't afford to drop any games. This Shannon Scott was quiet all night. Now he's got 7, all here in the last quarter.
All it takes is a few minutes for him to step up and give the Taipans a 7-point lead.
Sobey continues to work hard. 27 in the game now for Nathan Sobey. Digits on the shot clock, though. Full qual. Works on Mitchell, playing with 4 fouls. Wants to make him play some D, and he wormed his way past him and came up with 2 more. Drag themselves a little closer. Johnson has 20 points, 15 of those in the first half. They need some production now at the offensive end. Can't provide it. Mitchell. Shot clock rolls to red numbers now. Got some work to do. Rushes down low off the glass and comes up with the finish. Bull Qual goes on with the dribble. Now retreats outside the 3-point line. They've done this well. Shot clock now rolls to red numbers. Bull Qual elevates. Comes up with a shot, but he couldn't finish it.
Oh, hip to hip. He looks a little sore.
Shot clock rolls down now. Red numbers, they've coughed it up. And that's going to get them across the line. They're battered and they're bruised, but the Cairns Taipans have won their 17th game of the season to hold on to second spot on the Hungry Jacks NBL ladder, and they've done it here by 7 points. It's Cairns 94, Brisbane 87.